Hello and welcome to Tall Guy Films. Today we're looking at how Zach King makes his vines. So for those of you who don't know, Zach King does these short kind of magic tricks that he calls 6-second magic. So today I'm just going to be looking at how he does some of them by breaking them down frame by frame. So to start out, let's look at this one, and to start out, let's just watch it. Alright, so this one right there. Okay, you can see it cut right there. So there's a pretty big jump between this frame and this frame. So basically the way he did this one, I'm guessing, is he sat down like that with a stain on his shirt, got a clean white shirt and a messed up piece of paper, and just sat down in exactly the same place. So you can see when I go back and forth between the two frames that there's a pretty big jump, but you know, when it's coming at you at 30 frames every second, it's much harder to notice that jump, and you can kind of notice it, but it's not big enough that it's really kind of a bothersome type of thing. Let's look at this one next. Okay, so this one goes from a Christmas ornament to an apple, and I'm guessing he did the same thing here. And yep, you can see right there, between those two frames, it goes between a Christmas ornament and an apple. Now with this, you can actually see there's quite a bit of camera movement in this one, which makes shots like these more difficult. But what I've heard is that Zach King actually films these completely still, and then adds the camera movement in post, and when I look at it, that's what it looks like, because if you look like how his head is situated on the fireplace, as the camera moves, that doesn't really change. So you don't really get a parallax effect, which you would get if this was real camera movement, which implies that the camera movement was indeed added in post. Alright, let's take a look at this one next. Okay, this one, shot like this is a little harder to pull off because it's harder to be in the same place when you're jumping. But, oh! Okay. So if you look right here, you can actually see the frames are kind of blended together. And what that implies is that, or what that shows is that he used a crossfade, which basically just, like it shows here, blends the two frames together. And using a crossfade like that helps make cuts less noticeable or smoother. So, yeah, you can see the difference between this frame and this frame is actually really big, but that crossfade does a lot to help mask it. If you actually watch it again, it's actually, you can probably see the crossfade now that you know what it looks like frame by frame. Alright, let's take a look at this one next. Okay, so with this one, it looks like, so what he did right here was probably what's called rotoscoping. What rotoscoping is basically you're cutting out a part of the image. So if you look at this frame right here, you can actually see, like right here, kind of in this little crook right here around this knuckle, these kind of weird edges. And what that's is from is basically just rotoscoping leaves those kind of artifacts behind. And if you look, basically what he did is right here, he had the bird cut out. The bird is on his finger right here, but it's cut out. And in the next frame, he adds it back in, and as you can see, he kind of animated the bird to go up a little bit too to help smooth that out. And it looks like he faded the bird out after that. Let's take a look at the bomb. Oh yeah, you can definitely see what he did right here. Okay, so if you look right here, part of his finger is actually cut out, and the reason it's cut out is because this part of the finger is actually behind the bomb, but he's cut out the bomb in this frame, so he ended up losing part of his finger. So if we keep going, yeah, you can see right here, in this frame, his finger is behind the bomb, but in this frame, his finger is just kind of awkwardly missing. Which, once again, at 30 frames per second, you're not going to notice something like that. But when you look at it frame by frame, you do. The explosion, I'm guessing, was a combination of... Yeah, you can see right here, there's a really big change right there. But basically, I'm guessing this explosion is fake. This explosion was some kind of stock footage or something that he added over, and then I'm guessing the sparks are to... The fire on the bomb is probably real, but the sparks and then this big explosion look fake, and then you can see right here he goes from having perfectly fine clothes to these shredded clothes. And then the leaves, they might be just someone just threw in the leaves, or they might even be added in post, and then we kind of see the smoke, which I'm guessing was added in post. Now let's look at this one now.
Any green today? Time for a little pinch.
Alright. So, this one... Oh, wow. Okay. This looks like it was more than just a cut. Because this looks really smooth. Either he's gotten really good at being in exactly the same place when he cuts, or what he might have even done is he might be wearing this green shirt to begin with, and what he might have done is a color replacement where he basically took the green of the shirt and made it red, which wouldn't be too hard to do, or like I said, it might just be really, really good cutting, but it would be possible to do something like this with color replacement. Moving on down the line. Alright, let's look at this one. This one looks interesting. That's not magic, that's just sound effects. You can do that in real life without any magic, but they just added sound effects to that. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, so this one, he probably 3D animated these gummy bears and then composited them in, which basically is just like taking animated stuff and putting it on top of live action footage, and as you can see, like he added some motion blur, added shadows to make it look more realistic, but yeah, I'm guessing he just 3D animated that. Now let's take a look at this one too. Okay, this one, I'm guessing there was some kind of harness that he used. If you look how he's pulled back, I'm guessing he's using like how his arm is right here to hide the harness, and I'm guessing what he did was he masked out the harness, whatever it was, it's probably just like a rope or something tied to something on him, but he cut it out and then replaced it with this background, so he basically just hid the rope. And then I'm seeing the same thing I saw in one of the earlier ones where there's not any parallax in the movement, which implies that this camera movement was added in post, not it wasn't actually camera movement, the camera was completely still, which would make something like cutting out the background right here much, much easier. But yeah, let's go find another one. How about this one? No, that's not a magic trick.
What you waiting for? This is on string, and this is a little battery pack light. Hey, it's a magic door.
Okay. Let's go find another one that's more interesting than that one. Oh, here's one. Play. Do it. Play. Okay, so with this one, I'm guessing he just did... Ah, my thing is being finicky. Ah, come on, you can do it. Yeah, you can see right there, cut. The movement is pretty big, and I'm guessing what he did right here was, you can see there's kind of a thing right here, a thing right here. I'm guessing that all the clothes were held up by fishing line of some kind, and then they were just let go. Yeah, you can see. Come on. Yeah, you can see right here the sleeves are kind of falling down slower than the rest of the clothes, which kind of implies that there's something holding them back, which was probably fishing line of some kind, or some kind of small string or something. Let's look at one more. Okay, this one. Oh, there's... That's cool. Okay, sorry, I'm distracted by the teddy bear, which if you look, its ears are moving in the background, and I'm guessing, you can't see because his arm's in the way, but I'm guessing there's some kind of puppetry, which is making that teddy bear's ears move. Anyway, let's look at the thing in the front, which I'm guessing is just basic cutting. But, yeah, it looks like it, again. But, okay. So now I'm looking at the teddy bear again. It doesn't look like it's puppetry. I'm not sure how he did that, though. Again, there's no parallax, though. Yeah, you can see right here. I'm guessing he did a crossfade on this cut. Oh, no, he did. Oh, he kind of did. There's kind of a little bit of a crossfade right there. But other than that, it's just normal cutting like the other clips. But I'm really curious about the teddy bear because you can see right here there's not any puppetry of any kind unless it's remote, which is possible, but that seems a little excessive for something like this. I'm guessing that the man with the teddy bear and him were filmed separately because, again, there's camera movement, but there's not any parallax. So I'm guessing this camera shake was added in post, and so he filmed this and this separately, and then put them together. But I'm not sure how he did the teddy bear, to be honest. I can think of a few ways you might do that. Like I said, remote. It might just be puppetry that's masked somehow. The teddy bear head might be completely 3D, which it's possible, but that would surprise me because that's a really kind of overkill way to go about something like that, but it is possible. I don't know, though. Yeah, I'll have to think about that more. If anyone has any ideas, definitely leave them in the comments, but I'm stumped on that one. I don't know. Anyway, if you liked this video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you have any more questions, leave a comment. And if you like this video, please subscribe.